Adam Christ from MyMMAnews.com, being joined by Jeremiah La Aguila Sierra, and he will be taking on Mike Otwell. It's going down at Stellar Fights 47, October 16th at the Civic Center in Salisbury, Maryland. It will be Stellar's biggest show to date, and my man Jeremiah will be on that very card taking on Mike Otwell. First and foremost, I got to thank my guest for joining me. Jeremiah, how are we, brother?
Good, man. Another beautiful day. Nice and sunny over here. No clouds. Making progress. Weight's getting low, so feeling nice.
So that was my next question, man. You're looking fresh with the shape up now. You got the hair braided. So how's the weight cut coming, man? How you feeling?
Breeze, man. It was his choice to fight at 150. I asked, we to make it an actual weight class. We could do either 145 if he believed that I couldn't make it, or 155 if he just didn't want to cut the weight. But they wanted to keep it at a catch weight. So, it's making it an easier cut for me. So it's not too bad at all.
And I noticed your last fight was at lightweight. Am I correct?
Yes, it was.
Are you used to fighting at featherweight as well? Do you fluctuate between both?
No, it's been hard to find a fight at featherweight. So I decided to move up a little bit, and I felt comfortable, because I walk around usually like in my 70s, 160s, 170s. So, and I've done like boxing matches before, and all my boxing matches, and I have 2 Muay Thai fights that have been at 55 and 160. So I'm comfortable at fighting at 155. It's just like I wanted a 45 fight, but nobody was accepting. I've been asking for a fight for a long time, and my record's not scary. Like I've lost 4 times, and although they're like little mistakes, but it's not a scary record. I'm not a scary dude, and it's been hard to find a fight. So that's the only reason why I started fluctuating between 45 and 55.
Well, you say you're not a scary dude, but you know what? Anybody that gets in there, into the cage, into the Muay Thai ring, into the boxing ring, yeah, they have to have a set of audacity that not many humans they actually carry. So my question is, you getting in there, period, point blank, just shows your tenacity as an athlete. So you getting in there with Mike Otwell, I know he's a seasoned veteran as well, Stellar Fights veteran. What do you know about him as an opponent?
I know he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's done a little bit of taekwondo or karate or something when he was younger, but that's about it. I decided not to look him up this time, just, see what he looks like real quick. And, I'm going to go in there worried about me, because I'm worried about, I've looked up all of my fighters, all my opponents before. And the ones that I seem to have the best fights in are the ones that I can't find too much information on. So I'm just, there's stuff that I could look up and watch on him. He's got like a Bellator fight or something like that, and some other promotions. But I don't care. Like I'm not going in there to fight him. I'm going in there to fight me. So at the end of the day, he's in there with me, and that's all I'm worried about.
So I was actually going to ask that. You transitioned me very well with that. I always talk about how it's such a tech savvy world, and with YouTube at everybody's fingertips, and everybody's trying to build their own brand with social media too. So there's just so much out there for fighters to see and view on their opponents, and you're deciding that forget that, I don't want to do that. I want to focus on me. Do you think that will play better in your end, just because again you're more focused on you than him?
Yeah, and that's what I feel like. I've had it feels like less stress while I'm training. Like I'm not thinking about him at all. Like whenever I get hit in a sparring, when I'm sparring or something, like it doesn't bother me as much as it would as if I was like, oh damn, like if he caught me with that, like that would put me out. Or shit, like I gotta watch for this, I gotta watch for that. No, like I'm just in there, I'm having fun. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna do what I do. Like nobody's got to really appreciate and experience like what I have to offer, and see all of my tricks and everything like that, just because I've been so like worried on my opponent doing a certain thing or going a certain way. But like it took me a while to think, like, they're looking at me and I'm going to be doing something that they've never seen before, so they're not going to come at me the way they approach everybody else. So it just, trial and error.
How does it feel to get in there and be more focused on having fun in there? If it almost sounds like it would be liberating, it almost sounds like it would be like like stress relief, like off your shoulders, because you're worried about you. You're worried about getting in there and having fun instead of doing the job, doing this, doing that, doing this, having fun. And like again, you've been training for so long, like so many other people. When you get in there and have fun and let it flow, it's muscle memory.
Yeah, It's all muscle memory, man. It's gonna be nice. It's definitely gonna be liberating. I'm excited to finally stand across him. Like this is the worst part. Training is easy, weight cutting is easy, but the worst part is just waiting to get to the actual fight. So now I'm just waiting to stand inches from him and hear the ref ask if we're ready to go. Because I'm ready to go and I'm ready to strap in and just go there and just have fun.
Can you talk about those nerves? Like you said, it's the worst part waiting. It's almost like if there was a referee and Mike Otwell in your kitchen right now, you'd be ready to go. But the
Yeah.
waiting part is the most difficult part. Can you talk about those nerves, those itchy feelings of just, oh my gosh, especially when you're on your way to the cage? What
Yeah.
is that feeling?
Man, it's you ever ride like the Superman or like the Batman drop?
Yeah.
It's like going up very slowly, for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're going up the entire time. And then finally when you're at the top, you got like a week left. So you're just gonna wait there for a week until you drop. But the drop's coming. You just don't know when it's gonna drop on the week. So, it's just it feels like that. It's like butterflies in my chest and my guts, but it's like excitement. It's not really uh I like these feelings. These feelings are like they go away. They only come so often whenever you have a fight, because I can be locked into like a boxing match or Muay Thai, and none of those feel the same. But when it comes to MMA, it's like it has a different feeling to it. So it's good, man. I like it.
Is it a good feeling? Is it one of those that makes you feel alive, makes it feel like it's all worth it?
Yes, 100%. Like I remember every time why I do this whenever I'm there.
Mm,
Why I struggle, why I suffer, why I go through like the time away from my family, like it makes me remember why I'm doing it.
yeah. So his last bout, Mike Otwell, was in 2019. Do you think that his time off is going to be a factor in this fight? Because you last competed in February, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot sooner than what he has competed. Do you think that's going to play a factor?
Uh, no, not really. I don't think. Depends on how consistent he was, and how hungry he is at the moment. With us having the same record, being even on the same 3-fight losing streak, I would imagine that he's pretty hungry, and that he wants to fight. But for me, like it's not. This is not like if I lose this fight, that's it. Like to me, this is just a warm up fight. Like I have taken no damage in my career at all because people are so scared to strike. They just know. And I don't know. Like I got soft hands, but like once they hit, they don't feel soft. And so if he has the same type of mentality as me, which is pretty hard to get the same mentality as me, uh, I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I think he's gonna bring it. I hope he doesn't gas because that'll be a very bad night for him. So hopefully his cardio is good. That's what I really want.
And you're going to be taking on Mike Otwell. Obviously, it's going to be his backyard. You're going into enemy territory, being he's from Maryland. How do you feel about that?
Little secret. I'm from Penns New Jersey, so I have family all over the East Coast.
I
So
thought you were what I mean. Any Tapology, all the online stuff. It says a bunch of different stuff, but it says how ranked you are in Alaska, and I was assuming you were fighting out of Alaska.
yeah, so I live here in Alaska currently,
Okay,
and this is where I
gotcha.
started my professional career. I've fought in Florida. I fought in North Carolina. I
The
would have
last
fought
fight
in
was in South
Vegas.
Carolina, right?
South Carolina, yeah, South
Yeah.
Carolina. My mistake. I always say North instead of South. Um, and then Vegas, I would have had a fight there against Jordan Levitt instead, but he had a bad weight cut, and so he couldn't make weight, and so yeah, he backed out the date of the fight. It's like 6 hours before the fight, and so yeah, but I'm ranked here. That's only because I fought here the most, and um, yeah. But I'm from Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I was born in Salem, and
Oh,
we
that's
just
cool.
moved. Yeah, we moved here when we were like in like '97 or something. My dad was a crab fisherman, so I visit. I haven't visited in like a few years, but
So
it's not unfamiliar.
I'd imagine you're going to have a bunch of people, if your people from the East Coast, also coming to maybe bring the storm on your side.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's like I said. With things going on in COVID and everything like that, if they show up, that's awesome. But if they don't, it doesn't bother me. Because I'm not focused on I love fans and I love supporters and all like that, but I'm not focused on any of that. Like I'm focused. My job is to go fly down there, no matter who's there, and to go into the cage and fight, and that's it. Like that's my job. So that's what I'm worried on until after the fight's done.
How do you take out Mike Otwell on October 16th?
How do I take him out? Um, there's a lot of ways that I've seen it and that I feel it. There's a lot of things. I don't know. I think I'm gonna break him mentally first because I don't want to finish fast. That's the thing. I want to finish the fight, obviously, and if the opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna take him out. But I'm gonna take my time on this fight, and I want to sit there and I want to actually showcase some of the things that I've haven't been able to showcase. So that's why I want him to have cardio, because if he doesn't have cardio, it's going to be a terrible, terrible slow death for him.
That sounds torturous almost.
Oh, dude, and it's very enjoyable on one person's side. Whoever's doing the torturing is having fun, but it's no disrespect to Mike Otwell. It's business. We're here to fight. After the fight, whoever wins, whoever loses, the fucking loser buys a beer. So, I'm excited. Like you got to earn my respect, but I'm not gonna disrespect, somebody that I don't know. I just know that he's gonna have a very bad night.
Nice gentleman's bet. Whoever loses buys the beer. I like it. Well, before I let you go, man, any sponsors, and how can the fans keep up with you on social media after this fight? Just, as
Yeah.
far as fight news goes, everything. How you keep up with my man Jeremiah Sierra?
So I have a couple sponsors. I have my buddy Nelson. He pays my gym membership to train up here. I have the Grizzly Cave is my main gym that I train out of with Jared Simmons. Jen Jarvis, she helps with travel and food and stuff while I'm like on the road. Um, my beautiful other half, Cariña, she keeps me on my tracks, keep me alive and fed and everything like that. My brother Anthony Sierra, he's the one that we got started with this. Like we're the Sierra brothers together. Eventually, you guys are gonna meet the duo, and he would have been coming out with me, but just some other things ended up coming up. But yeah, so those are my sponsors, and the ways you guys can keep up with me is my Instagram is Jeremiah Sierra MMA all together, and then my Instagram is just Jeremiah Sierra. I also have a fighter page on Facebook, which is Jeremiah La Aguila Sierra, which you guys can follow on. I post updates whether I have a fight coming or not, of when I do have a fight, where I'll have the fight, how you guys can get tickets, anything that I'm advertising, such as clothes and stuff like that. Yeah, I basically post everything on there, and I've had a Patreon, but I'm like it's slowly getting started. I haven't really spent too much time on it, but that's the same Jeremiah La Aguila Sierra. But yeah, that's how you get a hold of me.
All right, man. I appreciate you taking the time. I will see you this Saturday, and best of luck, man.
Dude, nice to meet you, Adam. I appreciate it this time.
All right, there he goes, Jeremiah La Aguila Sierra. He is taking on Mike Otwell. It's going down at Stellar Fights 47 this weekend, October 16th at the Civic Center in Salisbury, Maryland. You don't want to miss this fight. You don't want to miss this card. Stellar Fights' first ever all-pro card. They are going to Salisbury, Maryland, and my man Jeremiah Sierra is going to be on that very card. For Jeremiah Sierra, I'm Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to my MMAnews.com for all your fight news needs.